What is up guys, Arolf here back again with another video, and today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends WandaVision Scarlet Witch. This is Build-A-Figure Captain America's flight gear, so let's get into it. Taking a look around the packaging, you kind of got a portrait of Scarlet Witch on the top, you get a picture on the side right there, kind of a full body, same thing on the back with a brief description, so pause if you want to look and read at those. Same picture on the other side, UPC, scan if you want it, and without further ado, let's get into it. So, taking a closer look at Scarlet Witch here, starting off always with the head sculpt, really good likeness to Elizabeth Olsen. From some angles like this one, kind of looks like her a little bit, kind of an improvement from Infinity War, which is good. You can see the crown here is glued, but it's made out of a soft rubbery plastic with some nice details. Would have been nice if they added some black wash, but right here we get some black wash in the hair. You can see it's soft rubbery bits right there, but the rest is hard rubber, so it kind of does hinder the articulation, which sucks. Quick side note here about the head, it's kind of weird how they advanced it to having the neck piece separate, but now they actually added another joint in there, so you can actually remove the neck altogether, which is interesting, and you can see you have to proportion it correctly if you want it to look right, because if you don't, you get some weird angles. Okay, looking back at the costume here, you can see some nice texturing details throughout. The suit itself, the design is amazing. It's very movie accurate here, represented in this 1/12 scale. You can see not only texturing details in the costume, but also texturing details in the joints. Like you get your elbow texturing details, you get your wrist texturing details, your knees, your feet. It's just crazy how they textured everything, and it looks nice. The more and more detail and effort they put into these figures, the more and more the prices go up. So can't wait for those $30 Hasbro figures, yay! But nonetheless, they did an amazing job on these texturing. I know it's just texturing, we've seen it before with Toy Biz figures. It's pretty new for Hasbro, or they've probably done it before, but not to this level that I've seen. Scarlet Witch also comes with the left wing for Captain America's flight gear. And finally, for Scarlet Witch's accessories, you get one pair of hands, translucent hands. These are kind of a reddish pinkish color, pretty much the exact same hand gesture as the ones on the figure, but just translucent. You can see the peg, they kept it the same color, which is quite disappointing. Would have been nice if it was translucent pegs, but that's okay. With everything attached, even the Scarlet Witch effects reused from the Infinity War one, you can see it kind of works. I really do like the translucent hands, but the pegs do kind of bother me just a bit, but that's okay. But showcasing the articulation here, you got the usual up and down movement right here, and the side to side movement on the left hand, which I really don't like. But other than that, for the accessories, they should have gave her a Darkhold. Okay, now taking a look at Scarlet Witch's articulation here, starting off with the head from the chin up. It's a double ball peg, kind of that dumbbell joint, so you get some rotation all the way around. The neck moves, which is kind of annoying. You get a ball joint, so you can't look up that far, which is quite disappointing, but you can use that torso right there to make her look up. It's also on a ball joint. You can make her look down like so with the ball joint and kind of move the neck part itself down, because the base of the neck is on a ball joint and she has a dumbbell joint, so she can shift her head forward quite a bit right there. So looking down, pretty good range right there. She also had some tilty shifty head movement right there, and a little umpha right there, and 360-degree rotation right there. You can see misalignment of the neck just looks weird in some angles, or just in general. The arms here do bend out just a little over 90 degrees, just a teeny bit. No bicep swivel. You get a single jointed elbow which bends over 90 degrees, rotation at that elbow. Wrists are on hinges, you can see all the way around, up that far, down that much. Same thing with the other hand here, the roll of the dice motion, which I don't like. They should just make it regular hinges that move up and down. I just don't like that. The torso here is on a ball joint, single ball joint, so you get some 360-degree range right there, and rotation. Now the legs here do kick forward that far. She can't sit down, but she can make herself look like a chair. But with the little back skirt here, it's made out of hard rubbery plastic, so you can't do anything. Can't even move the legs back. So don't try crazy poses with this. You can see thigh swivel, double jointed knees, gold standard Hasbro articulation. You get hinges at the feet here, at the ankles. You can see they bend down that far, up that much. It looks like she broke it really badly right here. You also get an ankle pivot, but it's kind of angled weird because of the heels. So you can see it just rotates all the way around. The legs move outward that far, which is kind of hindered by the skirt piece right here. And doing the famous, not yet famous, it's okay, ankle pivot test. You know the lingo. She is good to go. Okay, now doing some size comparisons here, showing off Wanda next to the WandaVision family, including Doctor Strange. I'll include him here because they did include him in WandaVision, so there you go. And now comparing WandaVision and Infinity War Scarlet Witch, greatly improved from Infinity War 1, better likeness to Elizabeth Olsen. You can see darker hair, has some more black wash, but the plastic that they use is harder, so you can't articulate it that well, which is quite unfortunate. But they can still improve on this WandaVision head sculpt here, add some more definition to the cheeks, probably some more makeup detail, I don't know, to kind of enhance the look or add more definition to the sculpt. And you can see some head swaps here. Doesn't really fit well because the peg on the Infinity War one is small. So overall, I really do like this figure. This is a good figure. There are a lot of things that are good that outweigh the bad, which I like. They updated the head sculpt, greater likeness to Elizabeth Olsen compared to the Infinity War one. Luckily, they didn't reuse that. Things that I don't like about this sculpt, they could have added more definition to the face. They could have made the hair a softer rubbery plastic so it didn't hinder the head articulation. Or they could have just gave her like natural, not flowy hair, like hair in the wind type look. But don't get me wrong, I do like how the hair is sculpted. Detailed costume, as I mentioned, texturing details here and there in the hinges, even in the back part of the legs they added texturing details. They didn't have to do that, but they still did it anyway. Seems like the digital printing tech is getting sharper and sharper, or I don't know, that's just my camera maybe. There are some things like QC controls, like paint apps, paint splotches. You could expect that with mass-produced products like these. So paint details could be a hit or miss for you. So if you just find the right one, which is kind of getting harder and harder because Hasbro is probably making a lot of these, but just there's not enough figures going around, and there's too many scalpers. So yeah, so sloppy paint apps. Hopefully they could improve that in the future if they want to charge more. For accessories, they need a little bit more accessories. A dark hold would have been nice. Extra hands would have been nice. For articulation, it's okay. It's pretty much basic female Marvel Legends articulation with the single jointed elbows, but everything else seems basic. Gold standard Hasbro articulation, but double jointed elbows would have been nice. Some things that I don't like. Skirt piece is a little bit stiff, just like the hair. Kind of hinders the articulation. Use a softer rubbery plastic or use cloth. Go ahead, go above and beyond. Go up to that level, Hasbro, if you want to. Other than that, this is a really good figure. You won't be disappointed because this is a nice figure to look at. Nice to pose around for some basic poses, not too extreme because of the hindrances. But other than that, go ahead, pick her up now. If you could find her, grab it as fast as you can before those scalpers do. So yeah, that is it, guys. Hope you guys like it. Arolf Morris. This is signing out. Peace.